Hello YouTube, it is Mr. McClunky here, um, and I am recording another video prior to the expected return time because we hit the first milestone for our next subscriber special, the 200 milestone. For those of you who forget, um, the next subscriber milestone is at 250 subscribers. And once we hit 250 subscribers, we were going to take Wampa to Relic 10 before Fat Phil. However, I decided to break it up into a few different milestones to kind of stretch the fun out over a few things here. And we actually did hit 200 subs last night after my previous video released. We were just sitting there at 199 for pretty much the whole hiatus. So I figured, hey, we'll just kind of keep an eye out here. But we're all set. Hit 200 last night. I was planning on recording this video as soon as we hit 200. It was like right at the end of my day. I was super busy and had a bunch of stuff to catch up on. And I was like, well, by the time I finish recording and editing this video, it would basically be released when a lot of the East Coast folks would be asleep. And so I've been learning from ignorance. He's been telling me a lot of useful tips and tricks of the trade. He tells me, hey, don't release your videos when people are sleeping. Kind of space them out a little bit. So I figured, you know what? We'll sleep on it. We'll come back bright and early in the morning here. We'll get this recorded, edited, and uploaded. So without further ado, I'm going to hop over. My Wampa has actually been at Relic 7 for I don't know how long. Quite a while here. So, this is the first of the 3 milestones, Relic 8. Alright, we're getting closer and closer. Still below Phil's power level for now, but pretty much ready to go once we hop over here. Yeah, so I think it's only customary. I think what we ought to do is hop over to Galactic War. Let me do my reset. That's another bonus of this being bright and early here. So I'm going to go ahead, hop into the battle here. Grab Wampa. And let's see what Relic 8 can do. All right, so we are in game now. As you can see, my Wampa has been taken up to Relic 8. So let's see if we can hop into a battle and test her out. One thing that I should probably note at the start here is I do have my Wampa modded for damage and survivability more than speed at this point. Now that I am in the process of eventually taking her up to Relic 10, I am going to need to invest a lot more in her speed. So for the time being, I do apologize for how slow she is. Hopefully we'll get that fixed pretty shortly as we continue on into this Milestone subscriber special series. So I'm just kind of trucking along here looking for my first battle. This is Galactic War. I am on a beta branch of the game, so it does look a little different from the traditional Galactic War game mode, which is kind of just those little crates on the table. They are wanting to integrate more of like an open world feel. So all of this is in beta. It's all kind of placeholder things for the time being. So just kind of moseying along, looking for that first battle, and I'm not really seeing anything yet. Which kind of sucks because, like I said, Wampa is pretty dang slow. I'm debating whether I should just kind of hit fast forward here and just kind of cut back once we actually have a battle. But in the meantime, I mean, I may as well just kind of talk while I got you here. So one thing I'm noticing as part of this beta branch, there is some clipping as I'm moving the camera around. And I know Like Swago is always kind of like it's not quite a full 2D game, but most of it takes place on kind of a flat surface for the most part. They're not necessarily used to this kind of free roam camera. So I can see that's something they're still working on getting a hold of. I'm also noticing a lot of clipping in Wampa's model. And when you blow, oh, hold on, sorry. I'll put that discussion on pause. It looks like there's an Imperial Troopers team here. So new Wampa, Relic 8, Smack. All right, I one-tapped that General Veers team. So honestly, like not necessarily the most meta team in the game at this point, but being able to one-tap with Relic 8 feels amazing. Back to what I was saying is, yeah, like you can see the resolution and the model. Like Wampa's in need of some love and like a visual update. Looks like another Imperial Trooper team. Okay, another one tap. Looks like a lot of people are running Veers in Galactic War. It's kind of weird to see that many Veers teams when I feel like Veers has kind of fallen off in the modern day. Coming up on another General Veers Imperial Trooper team, and one tapped as well. So like I said, Wampa's a bit of a menace at Relic 8, and these guys don't necessarily stand a chance. Mind you, we are in Galactic War. Excuse me, sorry. We are in Galactic War, so Wampa's Omicron is turned off. So all of this one tapping, obviously not a super meta team that I'm going up against, but I don't have the benefit of the Omicron, which is usually what carries Wampa in these situations. So it looks like I have hit a little bit of a dead end. I don't think I can get into this area. Let's see. One other thing to note in the beta branch is they have flagged Wampa in this game mode. Yeah, there's a like stormtrooper team in there that I don't think I can get to. They have flagged Wampa in this mode as a large unit. So unfortunately, large units can't get into this area. You need to bring a team of small units. So I'm going to have to turn around and head back the other way. But as we go through and talk about things, I want to get back to that idea. Wampa needs a visual rework. Just looking at this model, it looks like it's from like 1996. It is incredibly old, a little bit janky, especially when it moves. And like you can see, a lot of it is just these kind of rough, low polygon shapes. And the texture, they do a pretty decent job actually of capturing the fur just in the texture. But like obviously you can tell none of that is modeled out. It's all in the texture work. And mind you, I'm not saying I can do anything better. Like, whew, don't get me anywhere near Blender. I don't know nothing about making those 3D models. But definitely love to see some love for Wampa, especially once I get her relic up all the way. It'd be cool to have a character that was looking a little bit nicer than this. Another thing to note is obviously like larger characters in this game mode move a little bit slower in general, and I do not have the best speed mods. So this is going to take a while. I would recommend like giving us, you know, like how in normal battles right now we have the ×2, the ×4 speed. We need a ×4 speed for this mode. I'm hoping that this is just like a, oops, I'm getting turned around. Sorry. The controls are difficult. I am hoping that like when this game mode is finalized, we do get the ×2 and the ×4, especially for these larger characters. And especially on levels like this that are just so long and difficult to navigate. So I'm going to head around to the other side of this cave and see if I can find any other teams. Because I am seeing there is like an Imperial probe droid over there. I imagine that's like an ISB team. And like, unfortunately, Wampa doesn't have any ranged attacks. That's one thing that's also pretty cool about this is like the characters are arranged in terms of range and melee. So I don't think I'm actually going to be able to do damage to that probe droid. I think it's technically like out of range. Come on, mosey, mosey, mosey. Let's see. Okay, there's another probe droid, but I don't think I'm going to make it to that. I am actually at this point just going to fast forward through all of this so you guys don't have to deal with this. Because, or no, there's some Imperial Stormtrooper teams over there. I'm not going to fast forward. I'm just going to mosey up over to those guys and take them out. Let's see. But yeah, like I said earlier in the video, very excited for the 250 subscriber milestone. Very excited to finally defeat Fat Phil as his own game and take my Wampa to Relic 9. Or Relic 10, sorry. Oops. His is at Relic 9. I am very excited for this though. So like I've decided to split the subscriber milestone into 3 pieces. So this is the first of those. Now that I've hit 200, we're going to get kind of the first teaser test. When we hit 225, we'll get the next milestone. Okay, so Stormtrooper is a tank unit, so he's able to take a lot more damage. Seriously? We might need to check the mods on this guy. Okay, cool. Wow, I was going to say, what's the point of taking this character to such high relics? Okay, cool. So that first one, that must have just been a modding issue. That guy was like decked out in like maximum % protection. He might have had a Datacron on for all I know. I don't think you can bring Datacrons into this mode, but I swear to God he had one. All right, another probe droid that's out of range. Let's see what's on the other side of this cliff. Sorry, but I keep getting distracted by some of these fights. Which I know is like the whole point of the video. So like technically me right now, I'm distracted and sidetracking, but I feel like that's kind of just what this series is going to be. This little kind of mini milestone journey. Just kind of going through, like I said, at 225, I will take Wampa to Relic 9 and do another video here like this, testing them out. Hopefully by then there'll be an update to the beta branch and it won't be this slow and we can actually really test things out. But for the time being, this is kind of what we got, and we'll just kind of go through here, showcase off what Wampa can do at Relic 8 that she couldn't do at Relic 7. And then in the next one, we'll showcase, okay, now that we're at Relic 9, what new shenanigans can we get up to? What new counters kind of open up? And then obviously on the big day when we hit the 250, then we'll go ahead and take it from there. So honestly, it looks like I've reached kind of the end of the road here. I've also kind of run out of things to say. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Like, I genuinely greatly appreciate everything that you've done for me. We're not quite to the 250 subscribers special, but we have hit the first milestone. I thank you all so much for what you've done for me, and I will catch you all when we hit 225.